Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the final two podcasts. Today, we've got a returning guest, but he's not with FDU no more. He's a transfer, Oregon State's University's new player, Xavier Malone-Key. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, my guy?
What's up, gang?
What's up, X? Haven't seen you in a minute, boy.
Yeah, man. I'm just out here maintaining, bro. Just waiting to get up to school a couple more months and then I'm gone.
Now, you're still finishing classes at FDU, though, even though you
Yeah,
transferred.
I'm technically I'm still I'm still a student at FD, technically because I got to graduate and then I'll take on my grad year at Oregon State. So that's why I'm not out there right now. I'm still, trying to finish school and stuff.
Gotcha.
That's crazy, X. Because last time we had you on the show, we were just talking. Who do we have with him?
Devin Dunn.
Yeah, we had you and Dev, and you guys were just talking about like the season and stuff like that. But like, how
It's
is
crazy
COVID?
that we both opted out too. Like that's crazy.
Mhm.
That's crazy. Yeah, you guys both opted out.
It's a coincidence, but
It was crazy, right?
yeah.
That's crazy. Two guests, both same year. I mean, I can't blame you though, because it's just like this season is just very unexpected. I mean, we just found out today that Kentucky just locked down. Kentucky. And on top of it,
like they done.
they got a quarantine. No, like they're not done, but they just got a quarantine. Like, and that's the thing, it affects their schedule, affects their season records and all that. So it's just interesting. So take me back to right when the season's gonna begin, and you were still at FDU, that you were kind of thinking about the transfer portal.
Well, going leading up into my decision, I was thinking about it like for some time, but what kind of sealed the deal was obviously my mom, she was sick for some months, but it started getting worse as the season was approaching and things like that, and then
What did your mom what was she going through? It wasn't through COVID. It was something
no,
else.
it's something else where she lost probably 30 pounds, something crazy. And then she was feeling weak and we're going to different doctors and stuff trying to figure out what exactly is going on. And still to this day, the doctors, they've done MRIs and stuff, they don't see anything or nothing. So it's well, what is wrong with her? You don't just lose 30 pounds out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you see out of nowhere she's super weak and she really kind of I'm not gonna say 100% depends on me, but she definitely relies on me to help way more now. So it's I kind of had to come home and just be there for my mom because she she lived by herself and stuff. So it took a lot of courage in me to do that and leave my brothers at FDU, which was hard, but I gotta do what's best for me and my family and things like that. So.
X, when it came to COVID, this COVID thing, were you expecting it at all that this would be what was going on? Because I feel like no one in their right mind had a thought this would be this long.
No, I didn't expect this, dog. It was crazy, yo. I'm yo, we're working out one day, somebody get COVID, now we shut down for 2 weeks. I just put in a week or two worth of work and it just went down the drain because now I got to sit in a room for 14 days. I'm yo, this about to be happening all year long. And my mom's sick. I might as well opt out and just, be there to help my mom because I don't know if it's going to benefit me on the court and my progress as a player, getting in and out of shape.
Of course.
Now I'm putting myself at risk for injury.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And I'm not playing to probably my full potential that I can be. College basketball right now, it looked like a big AAU tournament. Literally.
That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to duplicate what the NBA was trying to do. And you saw it with March Madness. They're going to make it a bubble with Indianapolis. But again, it's crazy with all these regulations. There's always a situation where we'll finish a game, then we find out somebody tested positive later that day. And we're just what the hell? We just played against them. You know what I'm saying? And this is happening across the country. And I just feel like they really weren't prepared. Institutions weren't prepared. The NCAA wasn't prepared. And that's what's affecting coaches and players.
They just snuck up on everybody. And now, you trying to get it right, but it's we didn't know this was about to happen like this.
Absolutely. And listen, like your decision, I want people to understand that it was not selfish whatsoever. If you take it as a selfish, then you're not understanding the real context of his decision. The
You know,
point is that it's anything is unexpected. Your health is at risk. You have to take care of your mother, and on top of it, you have a career that's still ahead of you, and you don't want that to be ruined by this pandemic. So,
Indeed, you will never lie, bro.
you know what this reminds me of when a player like signs with another team, and like everybody looks at them differently. Like when LeBron went to the Big Three, everybody looked at him differently and thought it was a selfish move. But it's like he was doing what's best for him, and in this situation, X is doing what's best for him. And as one of his, let's say, what do you call his teammates? They can't talk anything because you got to respect that decision. But going into the decision, how difficult was that, X? When did you come to the decision like, all right, it is what it is. I'm opting out.
I think like by so we got put in the quarantine probably like 3 times before I left. So like that third time, I'm like, yo, I can't do this no more, yo. Like I like just mentally, and I'm like, I can't do this. I already, kind of need to be there for my mom and things like that. Like this kind of just solidified my decision right there. And I spent like, you know, uh plenty of nights just thinking and trying to see, like, because I don't want like nobody, I love basketball. Like I don't want to not play basketball for a whole year, but it's like I already did it once when I sat out from when I redshirted. So it's like it won't be that bad. Like I already know how to get through it, how to maneuver, how to keep myself, above and things like that. But I had plenty of talks with G, the coaching staff. Obviously they didn't want me to leave either. We're trying to figure out some, alternatives and things to, keep me still here playing and things like that. But I'm just glad at the end of the day those guys respecting my decision and like didn't like hold that against me, because that was big time and helping me be good, like feel good about okay, I can do this and I don't have people talking bad about me or looking at me differently. So just the blessings from those guys to go ahead and do what's best for me and my family and situation is like it was great
So,
for me.
absolutely.
Oh,
And
all
what
right,
were you gonna say?
no, I was gonna say, how is that experience in the transfer portal? Because I've never been in it, and I just wondered how that process is like. And I know you were in that because of Ryder, right? That's where you first signed. Was it kind of reminiscent to that moment again, or was it different this time?
So like my first time entering the transfer portal, I had just came off of my freshman year at Rider University. It wasn't the greatest, just like a lot of freshmen in the country. Sometimes, they have trouble, getting acclimated into collegiate sports. So I was another one of those guys, and I just didn't think it was, the right fit for me. So being as though I didn't have like as many stats to like look at, and I was like, once I entered the transfer portal, I received like a lot of D1 JUCO schools and probably like maybe like 2 or 3 D1 schools and things like that. And like what the JUCO schools were preaching, they were like, you come here, we're like one of the top JUCOs in the country, but they're all the way out Kansas, Missouri. I wasn't ready to take that jump. Like he was like, you come here, we'll get you to the level you belong. And I'm like, man, I don't know. And then Coach G and Fairleigh Dickinson called, and we already had a relationship from high school from them recruiting me. So I was like, you know what? It's not that far from home. They've been to the tournament. We could probably do something special there, which we did. We went to the tournament again once I started playing. And I think that was a good decision for me. But the second time in the portal, it was way different because I had statistics. I became a star player on a Division I team. So I had more accolades to look at, like, yo, like this kid really could go. Like, so me entering the portal now, it was crazy. It was like, as soon as I entered the portal, I probably had like 15 schools contacting me and like,
What were the big options? Because you had a lot of options. So, and I remember you did a top 5.
Florida, University of Florida, University of Georgia.
That's wild.
Oregon State, North Texas. They in the CUSA conference. They just won their conference. They real good. They a real good team. University of Montana, University of Delaware, USC was interested in me as well. They didn't, have the scholarships and things like that. With COVID, everybody coming back, so it's like
yeah.
some coaches
Listen, that's crazy.
some coaches don't even know what their teams is going to look like, but they were interested in me. I could have waited probably longer to like pick a school, but I just got so much going on back home. I'm like, I need this one thing off my plate so I could just focus on graduating and helping my mom out.
Did you expect these big schools to come out like that? Like,
Exactly.
were you expecting these big schools? Because I'm telling you right now, these are big name schools that
Gators, Florida Gators, all these schools.
You weren't fanning out when you saw this? No, nothing.
Look like 2K.
No, I expected this because like I know what I bring to the table and what I'm capable of.
Mentality.
None of that was a surprise to me.
Kobe mentality. So
no, I felt like I should have been at competing, been at that level and things like that. But everybody's path is different. So like, and God's timing is amazing. Everything happened in a timely fashion. So now I got 1 year with Oregon State, and it's just time to go to work, and that's about it.
You know what's crazy, X? It's just crazy because you went into transfer portal after, having the opportunity. But since I stopped playing baseball, people told me go into transfer portal and stuff like that. But unfortunately, with my health, that wasn't the right decision. You know what I mean? It wasn't. And who knows what school could have came up, because I had a decent stats, but with my health and stuff like that, I didn't want to take that risk. I didn't think it was that important to me. So to see you go in the transfer portal and be successful, because it's hard, man, and be successful the way you did, man.
It's like basically it's like betting on yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I was willing to take that risk though, because I know what I bring to the table and what I could help bring to a program.
I mean, the thing that helped you the most was the accolades. I mean, you left a legacy at FDU.
Yeah.
You helped bring that team to the conference, even though you were injured.
Right.
And you were a big asset for that team. So that's your mentality. And
I just want to thank Coach G and the coaching staff for giving me the opportunity to display my abilities, and prove that I'm a good Division I player. Just letting me just go and believing in me.
How mature would you say you were from the first time you were in the transfer portal to now? The maturity level. If you had to talk to yourself, that version of yourself, what would you say to him?
It's a great question.
Work harder, because coming out of high school, when you're in high school, you jump higher than everybody, you're faster than everybody, and everything. It comes way more. It just comes easier because there's not a lot of kids in high school playing Division I basketball once they leave. So, I feel like when I was younger, I probably took some things for granted. Didn't work as hard as I should have, and just was going off of natural abilities and things like that. But as I got acclimated into the college system of Division I sports, I noticed this dude he probably just as fast as me. He jumped just as high as me. So it's like, what am I going to do to separate myself? And it just helped my work ethic, and the players before me that were in higher classes than me, help get that out of me. Like, for example, watching my guy Darnell Edge, his work ethic, Big Mike, back at when I was at Ryder, my guy Ant Durham, Khalil Thomas, helping setting that example. You know what I'm saying? Because I was a younger player, full of talent, but didn't really know what it meant to work hard for it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, that's valid. And on top of it, to kind of go off of what Ali was asking you, you also developed much more mannerism and maturity.
For sure.
So what were you now, being that you're much more mature than when you transferred from Rider to FDU? What are you going to bring that you learned from FDU to now Oregon State University?
Being a guy that I've been around now for some time. I've been successful, and we've won there. So I just want to bring a winning mentality to my new school, and just set the foundation. Let these guys know that I come here to win. Whatever you guys need me to do to help, whatever position I need to play, whatever what I'm saying is, I just want to win. Like, all the individual statistics and everything that just fall in line when you win. And when you win, everybody gets put on the platform and everybody eats, like, literally. So just want to be that leader and help a lot of these guys going into this next school because there are some guys there that's younger than me. So, you know, a lot of these young teams in college, even at high major, they love to get grad transfers because they got experience and things like that. So
It's like, how crazy is you're basically the whole head now. You're the old head. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, I
you
know it's
walk into
crazy.
a program when you see these freshmen, you know what I mean? Even though you're going into the program brand new, but you've been around college basketball for a minute now. I feel like you're the old head in the locker room. So how are you going to use that to mentor those kids? Like what, you know, are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely looking forward to the challenge because, you know, they're gonna people are gonna I have to practice what I preach. You get what I'm saying? Like I can't tell somebody or help somebody do something if I'm not doing it or setting an example.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely up for the challenge. You know, it's gonna test me, my maturity level, how much I've grown and things like that. But I know I'll be ready when the time comes because I've been kind of I've been groomed over these last couple of years into doing this. So I just feel like I'm just ready to take that next step.
Have you been able to visit the campus at all or any of these big time schools that were looking at you? Did you stop by?
I was having it's weird to say this, but like I had like virtual visits, like FaceTime and stuff like that. Like
Feel bad. That's like all students right now too.
so like a couple of the coaches, they would like FaceTime me and we would do a virtual visit and they would show me everything, like the locker room, all the crazy stuff they got and all that stuff. Talking to a couple of the FaceTime with a couple players that was currently on the team and stuff. Like it was a cool experience for sure. Like it was decent, like to see like that stuff, like, you know, just on your phone, like, yo, mind you, I'm with one of my homies and he like right next to me, like, yo, that's such and such, like who that? I'm like,
Yeah.
we doing virtual visits now. Like that's what the world has come to. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Don't you feel bad for the freshmen that are coming into this is the world that they're used to? Like they don't know anything more than this. What's going on right now?
Yeah, man. They not getting that full college experience that we got as freshmen and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They're not. It's a little different now. So
I mean, I think you mentioned it too in the previous episode, the notoriety, like the popularity aspect too, you know, having the fans cheer
like
for
when I
you.
say like the full experience, like they're not getting like, you know,
Yeah.
like that type of interaction, that type of love, and you know, with people, fans, and things like
Yeah.
that.
Just even walking across campus, like, because you guys are looked at like celebrities, like,
Yeah,
yo, that's
I mean,
actually, he just dropped 30 last night, like, something crazy like that.
I was usually reading the Bible in my room half the time, so I've never really got used to that type of stuff. You know, I was in my room reading the Bible.
bro, it give you a lot of time to just sit down and you really think to yourself, like, because you don't like it's literally like the world has just slowed down. Like I feel like it's a gift and a curse at the same time. Like
Yep.
you could either use it to your advantage or don't use it at all. Like, and I feel like using it to your advantage is the best thing. You get a lot of time to think and you learn about yourself during this time.
That's what's great about this podcast, honestly, because no matter what we always say, we're not going to sit here and preach, go study, go do this if we're not doing it ourselves. So this is a way of self-reflecting. Like I can't sit here and have a full conversation with you knowing I'm BSing half the time because you know me for about 3 or 4 years now. So you would know like, yo, this ain't genuine, this ain't real. Like I don't mess with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Facts, man. You know what I'm saying? Because back my freshman year, I would always stay in my room, read the Bible, stay away from parties, all that. So,
Gas man. But I'm not gonna lie though. Too, what this podcast brings too is that you kind of learn about the life of the student athlete. You know, besides seeing it on TV, maybe through movies, commercials, etc. You really hear the stories. So like when I first had you or like other athletes, I was like listening. I was like understanding because like now I'm a walk on. So like basically I'm living that D1 life as well, which is crazy.
Congrats to you too, so for sure.
Appreciate it. So like I wanted to ask like just tips for like a walk on. Obviously I know I'm not going to be a hero on the court, but at the same time, what was it like when you first stepped on and joined the new team and trying to adjust to their play style and playbook?
So like you asked me for like tips for walk-ons?
Basically tips or just even as a player.
I would say be likable because like when you're like new to a team, it's like if you're likable, you'll get vouched for, you know, and things like that. Like, yo, coach, I think Sal deserves to be out on the court. shooting some threes right now at this moment. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just be likable and just buy into what is already being has been established, like with the team. Like, don't come in, try to do your own thing, do something new. Like, you got to move the way the team moves, and so y'all could be synchronized on the same page going throughout the season, because the season is long and drawn out, and it gets tiring. So if one person not on the same page as the other 12, 13 guys on the line, then that's a cause for disaster. So
I mean, that's a good point, and that's not even just regards to Walker. That's in regards to
it's just
team in
even
general.
freshmen, like even freshmen too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it applies to everybody for.
That's tough, man.
How many didn't the number 1 pick just get selected from your school? Am I bugging right now?
Yeah, from Georgia.
Yeah. How is that feeling, knowing that like you're this close from that moment? You know what I mean? Like, you're literally like right there at the lever. How is that feeling like inside you, knowing that you're almost there? It's in God's hands in a way, you know?
It's I mean, I'm not going to do anything different that I, haven't been doing now. Like, it's all about God's timing. I'm gonna keep putting the work in. I don't really pay attention too much to like the articles and the blogs and all that crap. Like I got like friends and stuff that like send me stuff that like has been written on me or whatever. Like you ever heard of like SB Nation or something? Like
Yeah.
SB Nation is like a national thing, and then like two 247 Sports. Like them too, like
I think so. Yeah.
they like wrote some things on me like since I've committed and stuff, and like I've had people like, yo, did you see that? I'm like, yeah, like I ain't really paying it no mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say it reminds me of how they
like,
treated, Javon Quinterly. Like, they treated him the same way when they were slandering him for Arizona and then going to Alabama. And look at him now; he's succeeding. I see that in you. So again, let that work talk.
I'm not really, paying all that stuff mind. Like it's cool and all to be getting, a lot of notoriety and all that now and things like that going through this process. But I'm not going to change. I'm not going to do nothing I haven't done before. Just keep putting the work in, and if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Whether it's NBA, overseas, whatever it is God's call, and I can't control none of that. So,
amen, man. Amen.
Bottom line, you're helping your family out. For sure.
How do you stay so humbled and centered? Because man, situations like that, people get lost in the sauce. You know what I mean? Like once you step into what you just did, like anyone could just go Hollywood and not respond to us, a small podcast reaching out to you. You know what I mean? How have you stayed so humble through the whole thing?
That's like always been like in my like DNA. Like I've never been like a Hollywood type of person. Like I go off of loyalty. Like, people I've known before things have changed in my career or things have got good, whatever. Like I stay loyal to those people because I just look back and remember creating those bonds, with those individuals like you guys and things like that. Like y'all was like, I was literally at school with y'all, like literally a couple months ago, last year. We had great times together. Like I wouldn't trade that for the world. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's like genuine stuff right there. You don't come across like often. So, I mean, it's easy for me, and I come from a humbling background. So, who am I to get Hollywood out of nowhere? Like, I didn't have everything growing up or whatever, things like that. Like, so I feel like I haven't really done much like anywhere. Like I've done good, but like I'm still not where I want to be. Truthfully, you get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, absolutely.
That's what I was just about.
Easy to stay humble. Like I'm not making no money doing this. Like,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
go, Sal. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, I see, like, as we're talking and like we've been progressing in this conversation, like what I noticed is your personality, your attitude, your approach to the game, and even in life is what stands out. So my question to you is, now with all these aspects and what you're going to bring into this new university, Oregon State University, what are your goals for this season? If you've made some or as you're approaching to it.
Obviously my, coaching staff at Oregon State, they know my aspirations as far as like professional. They know I want to become a pro, whether it's an NBA player overseas, whatever. And you know, they like the Pac-12 is a big time conference, so they have the platform. It's probably 20 to 30 scouts at almost every game. Especially like the rivalry games is like 20. I think he said like when they play like Washington State or something, it's like 25 NBA scouts there like every year.
That's ridiculous.
It's like a rival, like
Oh
whenever
my
they play like a
God.
rival game or something.
Yeah.
So, you know, Klay Thompson used to play for Washington State. So just basically my goal personally is, you know, by this time next year, I'm getting ready to sign a professional contract somewhere to make money to help my family and things like that. And obviously a team goal, help my team get to the NCAA tournament. Oregon State, definitely. I want to. That's definitely a goal of mine. I want to get back there and actually like play, because you know when we went to March Madness here at FDU, I was hurt and I couldn't participate, which you know killed me inside. And I would definitely love to have that opportunity again.
You know what's crazy? Just the simple fact that, like, when you come from a small town, like let's say like FDU, like a small Division I school, people are confused between high Division I and low Division I. It's not the talent; it really isn't.
It's not
Because the talent might be the same. Like maybe you might get the guy that's taller, or whatever, yada yada. But talent-wise, it's pretty much the same. It's just the exposure that these big-time schools get. Like you just said, in a rival game, there's 25 scouts. All you need to do is have a decent game, one game that a scout's gonna be like, "Yo, I like this kid." You know what I mean? To change your life.
Basically, I feel like the difference between like the high major, mid major, low major schools is obviously exposure. And like at a high major school, you get way more opportunity at like at a big stage. Like you literally playing against a big school every single night. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like in that conference. Like whereas though at like a school like FDU, we only get those opportunities probably 4 or 5 times throughout
the beginning of the year. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like out of those 4 or 5 times out the year, it's like you don't know nothing about this school. They don't know nothing about you because you were smaller. So it's like, how can I really get the edge? Like we're not used to playing against those big time programs like that. You get what I'm saying? And it's like the main thing is exposure and the platform that it brings, and the money as well. The money, you know what I'm saying? If we're being real, like,
and
the money we have is ridiculous.
Nah, that's crazy. And honestly, you know what is another big factor is that for example, at our school, we only have a trainer per team. You go to a big time school like that, you got like a couple trainers just for your foot. You know what I mean? Like it helps you so much with your progress because you have someone there that you know can help your body recover, can help you do this. And I'm not saying that FDU people are bad, but we're low, like it's low managed. You know what I mean?
It's just, I mean, you're not saying nothing wrong or nothing that's like not truthful. Like it's just how it is. Like this is how it is. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, hey. Everybody got their own category. Like this is how it is. You know what I'm saying? So
well, if you go to a JUCO, half the JUCO's baseball. I'll talk for baseball. They had something came out that these guys were going to a washer, like when you wash your cars, you know, the power wash, and they would get a power wash and clean off their pants because they didn't have a washer at their school. Jeez. Like that's crazy. That's the difference from a big time school to a low level whatever school. It's not the talent. Forget about that. Because if you want to really talk about like Division III, Division I, maybe there's a gap of talent wise. That could be a huge.
Even some D2 players
that are like, really good.
Like there's plenty of D2 players out here that could play at a Division I school. It's D3 like I got a homie, from around my way up here in Philly. His name Daquan Davis. He went to Arcadia University for 3-4 years, and he about to do his last year at North Texas, which is the school that I would have potentially went to because we're from the same neighborhood. So we were thinking about going there like on the package deal. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my guy. He just jumped from D3 to the CUSA conference. Like that's the conference that I think Memphis used to be in. Like it's crazy. Like he just went to jump from D3 to D1. Now obviously he had to kill, but like at D3 he averaged like 28 a game. Like you can't deny that. Like he can't stay at that school averaging 20. You averaging like 30 a game, yo, and you were all a D3 All-American. Like, come on now.
That's the
at all. Sure.
I was just gonna say the athletes, like from any division, it depends on the heart. of that athlete, the
I got mad
determination.
respect for every hooper.
Duncan Robinson is going off right now in the NBA. He came from D3, then moved up to D1 with Michigan or Michigan State, was it?
Who's Michigan?
Whatever, Michigan. And then next thing you know, it's his senior year. He doesn't even know if he wants to go to the NBA. He's reaching out to people to join different organizations for sports admin. And then boom, he had to try out with the Heat and going crazy right now, breaking records.
Right.
It's just crazy.
It's just so many talent is left behind because unfortunately it's just they didn't get the exposure needed. But I think
It's a lot of politics in it too.
A lot of politics in it.
Yeah.
Like a lot of guys, like X just gave the best example. It doesn't matter where you start off. It depends where you end off. And the best opportunity right now is it's X got it. This is the best opportunity he could ever ask for in his life. And he's right in front of it. But you asked him this 3 years ago, he would have been like, you never know. Oh, he's only going to Ryder. He's only going to FDU. Oh, he's only doing this. Like all these excuses, but there is no excuse. You know what I mean? You earn this. The stats don't lie. Like they could bash you, they could talk whatever, but the stats don't lie, bro. Like, like my dad's always preached that to me. He goes, if you hit, you play. Like if you're playing well, coach could hate you, but he gotta play you because you're the best player. What you supposed to do?
For sure, bro.
Some real stuff right there, bro. Real stuff. Yeah. Man, I'm so excited for you, bro. I'm really, really excited. I'm not gonna lie to you. You play just like me on 2K. The only thing is, he got my face scan, but he be jumping like you, no cap. So don't sleep on me, boy. Don't sleep like me, boy.
Yo, what you got, a Lakers jersey on, sir?
Gotcha, man. LeBron, baby.
Got a 6 jersey in that game?
Got J. Kidd, Steph, Manchester United, soccer. Shout out to them.
That Jason Kidd joint is vintage. That's crazy.
Vintage, yeah, that's my pops one. It's double XL.
That joint hard, bro, for sure.
Yo, but last thing before we let you go, and it's just a regular personal thing. Like, you know, what have you been up to like for leisure time? Because especially during this pandemic, you've kind of been like locked in a little bit. Certain areas you can't go out unless you have private gyms. So like, what have you been up to before this transfer?
Well, y'all know I make music, right? So like,
yes, sir.
I like been like,
yes, sir.
I've been like I got a lot of free time on my hands. So like I grab my laptop, put a beat on, make a song or something, type it up in my notes. I've been doing that a lot. I haven't took it to a studio yet. I'm just waiting, trying to see when the time is right.
Hold up, that bunk, whatever, that pack you made, that wasn't through a studio. That was just
through apps.
That was at a studio.
Yeah, I'll grab my laptop and like put a beat on YouTube and then like voice record myself and then like take it to a studio and I already know what I need to say and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
No, because I'm not gonna lie, it sounded professional. Like the beat, like the sound, it didn't sound scratchy or amateur.
I went to one of the best studios in Philly, like Lil Uzi be at that joint. Like Lil Uzi, like Gunna when he comes to Philly. Yeah, like when Gunna come to Philly, like Gunna, Young Thug, like they all go to the studio. It's called like Milk Boy Studio. So like, I would
that's tough.
Yeah, I was having sessions in there, legendary sessions, bro. Like it was crazy. Like
now, do you have to pay for the time though as you're in there?
Sure, for sure. It's expensive, but I mean, like I had the extra money, and it was something that I wanted to do. Like it made me feel good. You know what I'm saying? It's like an outlet for me besides basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Such a stress relief, right?
Basically, yeah. So like I always could sing too, like, but I just never like had the confidence. But like this quarantine kind of forced me to like get out that shell because I got a lot of free time. Like, well, I might as well. You know what I'm saying?
That's the same with us. Like I would have never thought I'd be talking on a podcast or
right.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it really pushed people to go like, beyond limits and just do something.
You learn about you. Like I said, you learn about yourself. Like
X, we almost have 2,000 views on one episode. See? Like that's nutty. No, bro. I swear to you, me and Sal started this off. We expected like 20 views, like 5 views. Yo, we're averaging 120 views like a video. Like that's almost our average now. Like people watch it, and I get saying too low cap. yo. If you ever need a feature, bro, let me know.
You crazy, yo.
Yo, I'm diverse, bro.
But like I was saying though, so I'm doing music on the side. I got I go to the gym, get shots up. I got a gym that I go to here and there. And then I got one of my mentors, he like a big brother to me, Malik Waynes. He played in the NBA for like 3 teams, like the Sixers, Dallas, and the Clippers. He from my neighborhood too. He just, he's helping me show the ropes and telling me things that I need to know to get to the level that he's been. He's been everywhere. He was McDonald's All-American, all that stuff. So I'm trying to, follow in his footsteps, and we from the same neighborhood. So it's just a blessing that I got him in my corner, helping me and just showing me the ropes and stuff like that.
That's awesome, man.
Yes,
Especially during this time now, like as long as you're keeping yourself productive and you're really making the most out of your time, it's beneficial.
For sure, though.
Yeah, man. So, X, been an amazing episode, my brother. Thank you so much for coming on. I know you got workouts at 4, so we don't want to kill you too much, but bro, thank you so much for coming on. Me and Sal are blessed to have you on the show.
Blessed to have you on, for sure.
Blessed. And you're definitely coming on because we're going to be right behind you.
Exactly. When you make it to NCAA, don't forget about us, all right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Y'all my guys, bro. Anything for the guys, bro.
Yes,
hell yeah. We're going to be watching the games and room for you, my guy. Oregon State University, tune in.
Yo, for real, though, if you need the feature, just, you know my number and stuff. We could do a little collab.
No, but don't give up on that. Continue that for sure.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna definitely keep going, bro. I got so much feedback with the music, bro. Like professional people.
You didn't expect, right?
Hold on. I remember you sent me something. I don't know. It wasn't Funk Flex, but it was another like producer or DJ that it was pretty big.
I had this LA, she like a LA radio host and like the #1 radio show in like LA. She reached out to me about my music. But like the thing is, I'm not taking it too serious right now. Like I haven't.
Yeah, of course, focus.
I haven't even put it on Apple Music. Like I have to focus on my basketball and things like that. So maybe later on down my career, maybe in the second chapter of my life, I'll
keep it in thought, because look at Damian Lillard. He was the same thing. Damian Lillard was going off in basketball, but he wanted to do something on the side, and he's becoming a successful rapper.
Game dollar.
Maybe when I get like some real money,
clout, all
I
that.
Get my own. Yeah. I'll definitely invest in like a studio or like a home, like something. You know what I'm saying? I could just do stuff on my own.
My friend who's a MLB player, he has his own studio in his basement. And
bro, it's fun, bro. It's really fun, bro.
It's so fire.
It's more fun. Just creating, bro. Like
I ask him that all the time. Like, yo, like when he's like, bro, I swear to you, this is for fun. Like I don't even care who listens to me. Like this is just so fun that I just do it. Jose Reyes. That's what he told me. He goes, yo, I just love doing it. Like, it's just fun. Like, I enjoy it. Like, it is what it is. Like, if people hear. If they don't, they don't. Problem. Like, and you be having that fun.
Yeah.
That's all it's about, bro. We got one life to live, bro. You don't box yourself into one category.
Yo, that's
explore everything. Explore everything.
Sure.
That's one thing I would say about our generation. They could talk whatever they want, but we diverse. We do everything that is, yo.
I got a clothing line coming out too.
That's tough. What's
60
it
Grand
called?
Boulevard, free merch. You know the vibes, what?
You got a name for it? What's the brand called?
It's a street fashion lifestyle brand, but I ain't gonna talk too much on it right now.
It's still in process.
I just got the LLC for it like last week.
Yes, sir.
That's tough.
That's tough.
So, getting these sketches right and all that. But y'all my guys, I'll show y'all a little something. Just text me or something. I'll hit y'all after this.
Yes, sir.
Sure. Damn, we got hella info on this episode. Woo!
A lot of heat. I bet people didn't even know I could sing too. That's crazy.
Drop some real quick.
People, yo, the collab's coming. Me and X, we coming for you.
Yo,
I know y'all laughing because y'all like, you just joking with me, but I can really sing. I can do a little poppy too.
Since you got the talent, Ali, send us out with a little instrumental.
Yo, just on a good note, bro.
Yo, shout out to my boy X, man. He finna kill it. That's what we're gonna do. We're about to have him on a couple days, you know what I mean? A couple months when he kill it out there. You know what I'm saying? So we out of here. The final two says goodbye to X.
All right, gang.
Love y'all.